Hey guys, it's Candace from Thunderbird Sky again, doing the angel card reading for the month of November. This month I'm chosen to use the Stephen Farmer Earth Magic deck. Unfortunately, it's reversed. I don't know why my camera reverses everything, but you get the idea. Another little wonderful deck. It's one of my favorite ones. It doesn't get used quite as often, but it's a wonderful little deck. So as usual, I'm going to be going week by week, although in general the energies that I'm getting is, not necessarily even week by week. It's just sort of kind of from today moving forward, the day that I'm shooting this being October 24th. I'm moving forward into the month of November and probably forward from that as well. I've already laid the cards out, taken a quick little look at things. The first card that comes up is Dance. Again, all of these are going to be backwards. But it's Dance, Celebration is what that card represents. So a lot of us have come through some really difficult times. Myself, no exception to that. So what I get from this is, over the past few months, maybe over the past year, things have been starting to shift. It's been kind of a really slow process. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 3 steps forward, 4 steps back, that kind of thing. But we're slowly making progress and starting to kind of shake off all the muck from the past little while. So this card sort of represents, it's a time to kind of celebrate the fact that we've got through all of these difficult times. Things are starting to look brighter. The next card actually gets into a little more of that in detail. But just to take some time to kind of go, oh, phew, I survived, maybe party a little, and just enjoy the fact that we're getting a little bit of a reprieve, hopefully that will last for a little while going forward, and things again start to feel like they're really starting to shift a little more all the time. Things are starting to open up, and you may have noticed in your life that things are getting a little easier, hopefully. If things aren't getting any easier, it's because there's still things that are being shaken loose in your own internal process that needs to be released, healed, let go of, that kind of thing. And where, basically when you're in resistance mode and haven't let go of all the things you need to let go of, the energies will kick that up, and sort of it'll feel like things are getting worse or not improving any until the healing takes place, in order for those things to shift so that you can move out of that phase of struggle and into more of a gentle, easy, fun process, which is what we're starting to move into. So I've already started to see that a lot in my own life already. Projects that have been on hold for quite a while are starting to move forward in a really, really wonderful way. So I'm really excited about that, and hopefully some of that's starting to happen with you guys out there. So, but that's the general progress that I'm sensing coming, is just newer things. Things starting to move forward where it was stuck before, and not letting yourself getting caught up in the how. I know keep getting told this. I've been getting a few readings lately myself from friends, and all saying the same thing: not to get caught up in the how, just allowing things to sort of unfold and just be as they are, and just continuing to put one foot in front of the other. And whatever your next step is, you're never going to get 12 steps ahead. It's always going to be, what's your next step? What's your next step? What's your next step? So just allowing that process to take place over the next coming weeks and months, but in the process, celebrating the little victories that you get along the way. Next card is the lotus flower. It's a beautiful image of a lotus flower. Those of you who don't know much about this particular unique plant, it grows in certain areas, and typically there's different types of lotus flowers, but the one that most people usually identify with are the ones they actually, this beautiful flower kind of grows up out of mud and muck and dirt and water and things like that, but mostly they come out of the mud, which really represents, to me, everything that we've been through over the past few years, with the economy having difficulties and affecting everybody individually as well as on a large mass kind of global scale. But out of this muck comes this incredible amount of beauty. I've had numerous conversations with people lately about how, there tends to be this predominant notion in sort of the new age community where, you're not allowed to have your negative emotions. You have to kind of shy away from it. And, anything that's mucky or muddy or dirty or dark or whatever just seems to be kind of almost not allowed, which drives me a little bit crazy, because There can be a tremendous amount of power in that, especially unless you get stuck there. But even that's part of the process too. Even if you get stuck in that process, again, going back to what I was saying before about letting go of what's interfering with your ability to move forward. But out of that muck and that dirt, comes this beautiful thing. So it's not necessarily a bad thing that we go through all of our stuff. You should give yourself permission to feel whatever you're feeling, whatever it's joy, frustration, anger, beauty, whatever, right? We're here to experience all of it, and it all serves a greater purpose. So whether it's pretty or not, it doesn't matter, because in the long run, there will be a lot of beauty and a lot of power that will come from all of that unfolding, as the card says. And again, just like I said before, this whole process is going to be unfolding over the next little while. So just allowing to be what it is, and not try to mess with it too much, and just, make your steps, take one step, put one foot in front of the other, make your next steps, and just allowing it to be what it is, not worrying about the how, just concern yourself with what's my next step, and allow the process to unfold, and allow that beauty to sort of present itself rather than trying to strive and grasp for it and things like that. And things will flow a lot easier that way. In amidst all the changes that are going to come as a result of that, as long as you're doing your own inner work, there's going to be a need for a bunch of grounding. So we have this tree card for grounding. Again, it's all backwards. So in this process of unfolding, we have to remember to stay grounded in all of it. Whether it's grounded in the earth, grounded in your spiritual practice or beliefs, whatever it happens to be, that's kind of keep your feet on the ground, because when you're going through all the stuff and things start to kick loose and things start to actually move forward, especially if they start to move forward in a big way, there can be tendency to get a little scattered and maybe even a little overwhelmed, because things are finally moving, and when they start to move, it's just got the sense that things are just going to go boom, and it's just going to move, like there's been a blockage there, and all of a sudden it's just going to get shot free, and things are going to start to move fairly quickly. So there can be a tendency to be a little bit ungrounded in that process, and when that starts to shift. Again, how and when that starts to shift is entirely up to you, in terms of how much healing and inner work you're doing, and how much you're willing to let go of all your stuff, right? So staying grounded in all this, still, as a tree does, it still kind of reaches for, the stars, so to speak, but staying grounded in the process so that you can ride through whatever comes up. The last card here is Sanctuary. It's cave, so there's an image of this really interesting looking cave, and it's all about sanctuary. So finding your own sacred space. So it's kind of tied in with the grounding card, finding your own sacred space to ride through whatever changes are coming. Saying that things are starting to shift in a more positive way and sort of breaking loose does not necessarily mean there aren't going to be challenges along the way, but the challenges can be healthy challenges as well. But making sure that on a daily basis, you're doing your grounding and you're finding your own sacred space, whether it's out in nature, ideally, although we're coming into winter, so it might not be as feasible to be doing that. But finding your own sacred space, whether it's a space in your home or wherever it happens to be, where you can take time for yourself and do your own inner work and inner process, which is going to keep moving things forward in bigger and bigger ways. I've been starting to do work with the Akashic Records, and I made a kind of a commitment to myself to do Akashic Records work on myself, like every day before I go to bed. Even last night, 2 o'clock in the morning before I went to bed, and I'm like, nope, I cannot go to sleep without doing this work, because it feels like an incomplete day if I don't do this work. So that's kind of the process, whatever kind of work it is that you're doing, however you do your own inner work, making sure that it, if as much as possible, it's a daily process. It can be a 5-minute process, but it's taking that time to ground and connect and find your own sacred space within and do that inner work, so that this process can continue to unfold as time goes on. So that's basically it. It feels like the last card, Sanctuary, almost kind of feels really open-ended, but this is part of the process that we're on right now. But things are coming in order to keep things shifting and moving in a positive direction. This is sort of what's necessary for the month of November as we go into the winter months, which kind of represent doing that inner work and introspection. It's the time of the bear, when the bear hibernates, and that's kind of the energies going into the winter time, where we have a chance to rest, rejuvenate, and prepare for the new growth that's going to come in the spring. In terms of energies of the seasons and whatnot, and those changes are, you know, in process right now, and new things are coming in even as we speak. So we have our own inner cycles as well as the seasonal cycles and whatnot, and for, you know, the moon cycles and things like that. So just honoring all of that and taking that quiet time for yourself, so that this process can continue on and help you move forward in your life. I sense kind of really interesting things coming in a really positive way, as long as you're doing your own inner work. So that is for the month of November. Just to let everybody know, I am available for angel readings, angel healing, Reiki sessions, classes and all of that stuff as well. I'm now offering the Akashic Records readings as well. So come visit my website at thunderbirdsky.com. If you have any questions, you can find me on Facebook as well under the same name, Thunderbird Sky, Thunderbird Sky, Reiki, and Energetic Arts. I also have a page for my filmmaking website, but that's a different thing. Although if you are a business owner who wants to do some videos, that's something else I can work with you on as well. So I look forward to seeing you guys in December, and have a great month of November and the great rest of your October. And we will see you, well, actually, by the time you see this, it'll be the beginning of November. So, but yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys the following month and the months to come, and to see what's up with everybody and how everybody's doing with everything. And have a great day. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Bye.